Getting up and getting to the tailgating for both the Southern and the Tulane games happening today. So let's get you over to meteorologist Hannah Gard for a look at that Weather Authority forecast, because once that sun goes down, things are changing.
Yep, we will have to watch for some storms even later this afternoon into the early evening. As we have a front approaching, we'll have kind of 2 rounds of storms that we could see. Giving you the first alert now so that you can stay weather aware as you're headed out and about. We've already seen some rain this morning near Galliano. We have a little downpour. Seen some rain move through the metro. We have some rain headed toward the river parishes and Kenner. You could probably see some downpours coming through in just a moment, but we just saw some heavier rain move through downtown New Orleans. Now a little shower moving off the lakefront. And then we have some light shower activity that's just been consistent across parts of the North Shore. That's a lighter rain. This is coming in from that Gulf moisture that's starting to stream into the weather system that is moving closer to us. And we will see some periods of rain through the day today, but it'll be pretty on and off. If you're going to festivals, it's not going to ruin the festival, but you will have to keep an eye on the skies. 70s on the South Shore right now. We're in the 60s, upper 60s on the North Shore. Here's the system that we're tracking. It's already popping up some severe storms and a line of storms in Texas. That line is going to push its way toward us as we go through the day today into the evening, and then the front will make it to us by early tomorrow morning. It does have some cool air behind there. We're seeing 48 in Albuquerque, so we can expect a cool down with this. But first, we're going to see the mugginess increasing. We have those dew points increasing with the Gulf moisture, and through the day today, it's going to feel very humid. You know, when you can tell that there's going to be storms later on, that's going to be the feel today. With all of those ingredients, we have moisture, we have heat, we have that front to provide lift. We could see severe weather. The biggest ingredients are up to the north of us. That's why we have a level 2 out of 5 in yellow highlighted for places like Jackson and Shreveport. But we are included a level 1 out of 5 risk for the North Shore, southern Mississippi, parts of the river parishes, and areas just south of the lake. Our main threats are going to be gusty winds and frequent lightning. I think the hail threat, the heavy rain threat, and the tornado threat are on the lower side. We'll just watch for a quick burst of heavy rain with the line moving through and maybe some isolated storms this afternoon, and then a low tornado threat with the line. Sometimes you could see a spin up, so I'll be watching that as we go through the evening hours. But playing this out, by the afternoon even, we'll see some isolated storms popping up. It's not for everybody. Most people are going to be dry, or we'll just see some showers passing by. And then the main line is setting up across the state by about 7. Here comes the line. The timing will be after 2 a.m. through about 6. Then we'll see those storms breaking apart the farther they move east. And we could still even have some lingering rain tomorrow morning. After the morning hours, clear blue skies. We're going to see things starting to shape up nicely. We'll have a breeze from the north. And then we see a little bit of a change Monday into Tuesday. We actually start to get more of a southerly flow ahead of another front. So temperature-wise, 88 today. It's going to be hot and humid. We're going to see temperatures falling Sunday to the mid-80s with the drier air. By Monday, we're 80. Then Tuesday, we bump back up a little bit to 84, and then we have another front coming through. This will be a dry front. It's not going to have rain with it because we already have dry air, but it'll drop us to the upper 70s Wednesday, a nice feel, and then we climb back couple degrees each day through the end of the week. Looking at the muggy meter, very muggy today, pleasant feel Sunday and Monday, and then we bump up a little bit Tuesday, back down for Wednesday with that front. In the tropics, we are tracking a wave in the central Atlantic moving toward the Caribbean. I think it's going to make it past the Lesser Antilles into the Caribbean. It will not form though until it gets into this area of the Caribbean. The sea surface temperatures there, very high. There is a conducive environment for formation, but look what happens on the modeling. That plume of moisture moves into the Caribbean. It just kind of hangs out there into the long range. So this is through the end of next week toward the weekend. And then there's some questions on where this will go. With the steering, I think the Gulf really would be a long shot because you have fronts coming down. We have just an unconducive environment with wind shear. But it could hang out near Central America, could head up to the north if it gets picked up by the front. So a lot of questions there on if that will happen or not. But the next name on the list is Melissa. And typically in October, the steering favors a north turn. So we'll see if that's what happens with this system. Outside right now, we're actually seeing the sun over the metro. The temperature is 75 degrees with those dew points in the 70s. We're going to get well into the 80s today. I think we get up to maybe 88 for our high, and then that rain comes in the evening hours. Make sure you have weather alerts set on your phone, that you have it turned on so that you can hear it if you are woken up by those storms in the early mornings on Sunday. Then the rest of the day looking great for Sunday. We'll have temperatures in the mid 80s. Cool morning on Monday. Another cool morning Thursday after that second front passes, making for a nice work week. Maddie.
All righty. Thank you, Hannah. Well, the Saints had all players